Human rights. When I first heard about this topic, I was curious to find out how much awareness exists among the common folks. So I spoke to a cook, a maid, a gardener, and an ayah at a hospital. To my utter shock, none of them knew anything about human rights.
ನಮ್ಮ ಹಕ್ಕುಗಳು ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಾ?
ನಾನು ಬರೆಯೋಕ್ಕೆ ಓದೋಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಬರಲ್ಲ,
ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಹಕ್ಕುಲು ಅಂತ ನಿಮಗೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ?
ಏನು ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಅದೇ ಓಟು ಗೀಟ್ ಹಾಕೋದು ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
They seemed to have accepted their fates and they were getting on with their daily challenges of living. The only point that the ayah mentioned about human rights was a right to vote. If this is one side of the spectrum, my research took me to the United Nations recommendations of using gender-inclusive language, which means speaking and writing in a way that does not discriminate against a particular sex, social gender or gender identity, and does not perpetuate gender stereotypes. Given the key role of language in shaping cultural and social attitudes, using gender-inclusive language is a powerful way to promote gender equality and eradicate gender bias. With this background in mind, I would read out a speech by the chief guest at a graduation ceremony in a college. And I request each one of you to pay close attention to the language and make a note of all the failures in the language in terms of gender discrimination.
Namaste, my dear ladies and gentlemen. I'm very happy to be a part of this graduation ceremony. Thank you very much for inviting me. When the chairman called my spokesman, she had requested her to tell the master of ceremonies to include a video of me and my party statesmen doing human service to the poor. I thought it was a gentleman's agreement, but I'm truly disappointed that it was not shown. Anyways, I will only take some time to walk you through the housing initiative that we have done. They say an Englishman's home is his castle. In layman's English, it means people have the right to do what they want in their own home. But what about the common Joe public without any roof over their heads? So I and my party men came up with a master plan, houses for the poor. We bought land in the remote forest where their forefathers lived, and we built their castles there. Living together is very important. It creates a sense of brotherhood. The mastermind behind this idea is standing right in front of you. Claps, claps, claps. It was not easy. We selected the best man for the job. He's known all over the state for his workmanship. 500 houses in the remote forest required 50,000 man-hours. With so much difficulty, we built the houses, but no one is willing to go and live there. Claps, claps, claps. Okay, now, I wish all the students who are graduating today the very best in your careers. I would like to give a small piece of advice to the students. Now, please choose jobs that do service to mankind and your countrymen. Don't ever forget your motherland. Don't run away from challenges in your life. Just man up and face them. Thank you. Now, I request the professors and their wives to stay back for the dinner party after the program. Thank you very much. Have a pleasant evening. So, you just heard Mr. Goofy, the chief guest, addressing the graduating students. Did you find anything amiss in his speech? Specifically in terms of the language? Yes, you got it right. The language used is a perfect example of a gender insensitive language. How many violations did you identify? If your count is 24, you can pat yourself because You successfully combated the deep rooted bias and stereotypes in the language. Using gender neutral terms is becoming the accepted way to make all people feel recognized and respected. Simple things as welcoming everyone instead of ladies and gentlemen. This would include people who don't identify exclusively as male or female and helps respect non binary individuals as well. Non discrimination is a basic human right. Language is an important tool in communicating this universally, consistently, and consciously. That would help in eliminating the deep rooted biases creeping through the language. Thoughts translate into action, and we think in our native languages. It is time we wake up and make use of a gender neutral language in all our communications. And that, my dear people, is a basic human right. Thank you.